Another set from 1978. This is the Fire Station 374, and it's the UK/European version of 590, engine company number 9. Got my original instructions still, as you can see. A little bit of a split there, but they're hanging on in there, so that's fine. Also have some nice alternative builds on here. Both pretty decent, actually. What's interesting is I found a picture of the alternative builds from 590, and they are the same. Look, there's the tower, there's the house. See? So even the alternative builds are the same. There's one very strange difference, which I'll get to in a bit, whilst we're building. I'm not sure with the instructions like that whether we start with the building. I think we should probably start with the building. No, I'm going to start with the vehicles. That's usually what we do, but these instructions are the way around, I think. So, but let's do that anyway. Start with the vehicles, because there's something I wanted to say about one of the vehicles, actually. So let's get it built anyway. Let's do the fire engine first. And I'm going to start with, where's it gone? One of these plates here. What's that? 10, isn't it? Like that. Let's zoom in for this. We'll zoom out when we do the building. And we want, again, it's a very weird way of laying out or building a vehicle, where you just don't have an actual base, you're just laying pieces out like this. But we are. So lay them out like that. Give them our nice shiny red grills. Goes on there. And 6 to 6. Now I've got the stickers on these, so I'm going to check which way the sticker. Yeah, go that way. So I want the stickers that way. Something about the stickers I want to show you in a bit. In fact, we're almost there already, because, right, if you notice, this brick that goes on the back of the fire engine has a sticker here, doesn't have a sticker there. Now if you're digging in your old set out of the loft and you're thinking, oh, I need to build this, and oh, I've lost a sticker off the side, you haven't. Okay, it genuinely only has one on that side. And look, if you look at, here's the original sticker sheet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a bit off the car. So there genuinely is only 5. So why on earth that is the case, I don't know. Because if you look at the instructions here, again, look at that side, no sticker at the back, and then this side, sticker at the back. So don't panic and think you've lost a sticker and you're going mad. It's genuinely supposed to be like that, weirdly. Although that sticker I've got in there is very weird. I'm going to change that. But anyway, there's only 5 anyway. That's the main thing we need to know. So, as I say, if you do dig out your old Lego and you spot that, you're not mental. That's exactly how it's supposed to be. Nothing that completely wrong there. That's how it's supposed to be. Better. We need some 1x4 plates now. 2 of those. Here they are. 1, 2 1x1 plates as well. Okay, now we need a load of mud guards. Have I still done this wrong? I've still done it wrong, haven't I? There we go. Right, now we can get 2 mud guards in the back as well. So there's one and the other. Right, we need two 2x6 plates now. They're going in there, one on top of the other. We're just going to go in there like that. And we now got to have a 2x2 plate, another 10, and then a 1x2 in black as well. So there that goes. 1978 model here that has black wheels, not grey, as does this one. That was the fire engine from 590 engine company number 9, which I'm just going to show you now to compare. That sticker's a bit weird, isn't it? I don't know what's happened there, but just to compare, that this one does have the right amount of stickers, weirdly. Anyway, got our tailgate on there, our tailgate is it? Nice new windscreen. Again, some in 78 did have steering wheels. This hasn't. Don't know why. Bit odd. We have some. Let's go for 3 1x1 round bricks. Go there. Like that. I always like to have something on top of the windscreen like that. That's quite nice. I got this here, a 1x2 brick, and then 1, 2 of these, and then a 1x4 plate across the top. So we end up with that. We also have 2 grey fences that are going to go here and there. Red turntable goes 2 in, doesn't it? Let's put it in the right place. And 1, 2 inverted slopes here. Get you on there. Stop moving. Okay. And we want some nice solid studs again on there. And a ladder and a hinge. There's our hinge plate. Gonna go on there. And the ladder goes, let's have a look. I think it's to the very last rung. Clicks on there. You can see. That way. It should sit in there. And we have a shovel that's going to go in there apparently. And we've got one of our 4 firemen has got breathing apparatus, and he stands on the back there with an axe. So we'll give him an axe. Okay, stand on the back like that, and we'll put a driver in as well, even though he's got nothing to drive it with. But at least, unlike some sets of this year, you can actually get somebody in it. So that's the fire engine. So no different to 590 apart from the extra sticker and the yellow ladder. So we'll put you over there for now. Now we've got to make the little stupid little Jeep type thing with the trailer. Looks like that. Looks like that. And looks like that. And we need a load of mud guards, which I'm going to do. So we start with one on there. Another one there. Oops. And one in the middle of that. Okay, and we have a tow ball, which I'm going to put here. Whoops. Where is it? There it is. And then a 1x4 plate there. I'm going to put all this piece in one go there, because as you saw earlier, it's got stickers attached to it. I don't know why that other sticker's weird. I don't know where that came from. going to change that. Got some spares somewhere. But anyway, in the meantime, let's put all that on in one go because I don't want to break up the stickers. So there that is, all in one go there. Flip it over, and we put a 2x4 plate like that, and again black wheels. Get stuck on there. Oh, I don't know there. It's there, isn't it? Right, so we're looking at that on that side. We can flip this one over here for that. We're also being asked while we're over here actually to have a couple of 1x1 plates on there. So we'll do that, whack them on, then flip it back up that way. Should be done there, flip that back on there, attach them, a 1x1 plate there, a 1x1 plate there, 1x4 on top of that, and then we can again put some grey fencing on there. That's that done. Now onto this bit. We add some 1x2 plates onto each side of that. Okay. And also on here. And then we have to build up this part here. So we put a 2x3 plate in that. Put a nice shiny chrome grille on there. And we put a 2x2 plate, a 1x4 plate on there. That's a strange little thing, isn't it? And then two trimmed 1x2 bits. And well, you can have his pickaxe in there as the instructions at the end. And then it's like a fairground ride, isn't it? Look, there's nothing there, there's no steering wheel, nothing. It's just, you know, a bit weird. So yeah, just sitting there. Again, at least you can get in. So that's the vehicle's done. I've got one more fireman over here, just stand there. And we're now going to flip over to our instructions. Right, let's have a look. Need to move position slightly so I get pins and needles in my legs. Right, we've got the yellow dots on there. I need to space all this out. So I'm actually building it like that. So let's build with the whole thing in view. Let's take it out like that for now. Right. Let's start laying some things out then, shall we? A 1x1 brick on there. Okay. And a hinge that isn't broken, that's always good. On there. A 3 and a 2, so 3, 2, and it looks like an 8 going across there. It is. And a 3, and then a red with a solid stud that goes 1, 2, 4 across. That's right. And then a 2x4 brick in blue. Got another one of those. Is going to go out here. There. And a 1x1. There, I'm going to leave that slightly open just because it does it on the instructions. Like that. A 3 and a 2 on here as well. 3, a 2. Probably put that plate on, as you can see, just to hold it together. For some reason I did that. A 2x3 brick there. Then we've got 1, 2. This is one of the first fire station that didn't have, well, they had people in, but it didn't have somebody to sort of sit in the office. So we've just got loads of firemen whereas subsequent ones have got somebody to sit in there usually. I think they got rid of it in the end, but not going to do it, wouldn't it? You don't have an office, you need somebody sat in there. You don't want to sit in the office in your whole fire outfit, are you? Right, let's get another 1x2 space out there, because we want 4 for a door. Going to turn that around, it's got a mould mark on it. Right, a 2 and a 1 again. So we have 2 and a 1, and then a gap of 1, 2, 3, 4, and we've got a 3 there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 3. Then we've got this black plate in the middle, and then the front and the rear of that we have a space, and then a 1x2, like that. Okay. And then over here, which is 1, 2, 3, 6 from the edge, get a 6 and an 8. Yep, not there. Okay. So there we go, that's just the first stage. And I'm not sure that's quite right. Is that right? Doesn't look right to me, because this, I would have thought that would be level. I'm going to check that. Yeah, it's absolutely in the right place. Yes. No, it is correct. Okay, so I would have thought that would have... Let's just check it actually with this one. No, that does. You do have a bit sticking out of the back, so that's correct. Right, it's nice to have that to use as a guide, isn't it? Something that's exactly the same. Right, next stage then. 2x6 blue plate goes on there. Another one of these on top of there. If you zoom in a bit, it's a bit. We'll zoom out when we get bigger. Okay, don't know why this isn't a 1x4, but 2 of those. Oh, I've knocked the bit off that, haven't I? Let's put it back up again. A lot of fencing along there. 1, 2, 3. That annoys me slightly that it's like that. There's no set of ones on there. I've been trying to add some really, but anyway, little things like that. They're a bit odd, aren't they? Oh. Right, that's our table and things, and start building it around the edges. So it's largely going to be lots of piles of ones here, because they didn't make the big tall bricks in those days, which I'm not a huge fan of, but they do make life a little bit easier, don't they? There's an 8 there. What have we got next on here? Now we'll leave that spare. Put 1 in there. And then what's next? A series of 6s, it looks like. 6, 6, and a 6. So right there. And then what's happening on this side? We've got a 2 on there, and we've got another 2, and then on top of that 2, and then the hinges, well, not hinges, they're called shutter holders, aren't they? But they hold doors in this instance. And we have, and move the instructions now, we can't see, on top of half the bricks. What the interesting challenge is going to be is how long this takes to build and how long 590 takes to build, because it's the same set. So anyway, space there. We've got these Technic bricks in there. They're there to hold a ladder on the side. Put that in, 6 in the middle. Oh, got the camera over, that's good. That keeps coming off, I don't know why that doesn't fit very flush in there. Should we swap it around and see if it's the plate or the brick? Oh, a bit better, it's probably the brick then. It's a bit worn. There's a 1x2 there. 1x2 here. A 1x1 brick. It's not another 3, it's just a 2 on there. Okay, and then we can put our little grey Technic pins in there now. One there. One there. Then we got one on there. That's not right. Didn't want that on there. I want 2 on there. I've got to have 2 1x1 bricks, obviously, because I need to put the other door shutter holders on, don't I? So where are they? There's one. Okay, another 2 on there. Okay, that's correct. So we'll do the same on this side. 2 1x1s. So you're going to go there. There's our other door holder. Or shutter holder, what do you call it? This just has a, again these days there's a corner brick for this, but we've got lots of 1s and 2s in those days. And some more 2s up at the back here. And how many is on this one now? We're up to 5 now. On here, there's another one. And another one. And then we're up to 3 on here now. 1, 2, 3. And again another one on the front there. And then another one on there, obviously, on this side. Can't find a 1x2. There we are. No, it isn't. Good. And another one on here, a 1 and a 2. There we go. And now we've got 4 on this one here. Right, let's leave that and move across back to the offices. I'll call them that. So you're going to have a 1. In fact, I'm going to build this up in one go, this bit, because there's no way we're going to put any other bricks in other than a 1 here. So in it goes. And 3 and a 4 and a 3 and a 4 on either side of this. So we've got 3, 3, and then a 4 and a 4 somewhere. There's a 4. Couple of 4s there. 3 and a 4, 3 and a 4. Okay, and then what's going across here? A 2 and a 2. 2, 2, 2. 2 and a 2. We might as well build this up to 5, haven't we? As we know it's going to go up to 5. That's a little bit yellowed, that. I say yellowed, oranged. So I'm going to put that somewhere inside a bit more. Use these ones here. There we go. Up to 5. And we can put some windows in. Here we go. So I've already put the panes in. There's one. There's another. What's happening down these side bits here? We don't do the way around. We did 3 and a 4. Now we do a 4 and a 3. So there's our 3s. That end. And then some 4s. Is that right? No, that doesn't look right because I've been asked to put a 3 there. No, it's not. It's just that side. It's a 6 and a 3. Like that. And a 3 and a 1 this side. And then a 2 and a 2. So 1, 2. I'm going to imagine it's a 2 and a 6. Let's see if it is. No, it's a 2 and a 4 and a 3. Yeah, and then now it's a 3 and a 4 again on this side. 4 there, 3 there. No, got a mould mark. We'll turn that one round. There we are. So that's going there like that. Original door there with a really flimsy open pivot. So wisely changed because they would break quite regularly. Right, we're at stage 7 now, so we want to go, what have we got? An 8 right across there. Okay, and a 3, and a 4, and a 2. Is that there? And then, no, that's not actually that, is it? Got that wrong. It's 4. It is a 2, but it's a space of 2 for the hinge. So we can put the other hinge in. That's there. Put that 2 there now. Then there's a 4 in there. And an 8. And a 6. Now you might be expecting another door here, but there isn't. For whatever reason. I think it's because when you put it together, like that, you sort of form a kind of room there. So perhaps the door wouldn't work if you did that. So we'll put it back there. And what else do we need? We need to build up some of these walls here in the garage. So we go for lots of these slopes now. If I'm going to just put it over, move it over so you can see the slopes. So we go like that there. Okay, and then this one there. Like that. And is it the same at the back? Yes, a 1 and an inverted slope like that. Oh, go on. No, I'll turn that round, that's a bit orange. There it is there. And what's happening on... We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 it looks like here. Okay. And then another one on top of this. Okay, and then rather unconventionally we have to put that on top of a 1. Interesting. And then that one goes on top of that. And then a single one there. And a 1. And then an inverted slope somewhere. Seems to have vanished. Oh, there it is. Just seen it. So we've got that there. That's the inside of the garage. Now there's a few plates. There's a 1x2 plate going on the front and on the back there. We then have one on there and one on there, like that. We've got one up here and one more on here. So you end up with that. Oh, no one on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's 6 of them. Okay. Now I have lots of plates to lay across. So we're going to go that one. I think this is right. So we have these 2x8s go across like that. Okay. think. The same at the front. Yes. Okay, like that. Then we have to do a 4, a 4 and an 8 in the middle to give it a bit of extra strength. So we put that in the middle, and then the 4 and the 4 either side like that. And we'll do the same over here. 4, 8, like that. And we have a 6 and a 4, which go there. On this side anyway. Okay, that's that bit, and then it's a 6 and a 4 on the other side as well. I can see a 4, there we are. So that's the garage structure done very loosely there. And we've got 4 black roof panels to put on here. Just what I did, I just realised I missed out a little bit of the office. I haven't put the telephone in there. Very blank telephone, but it has that, and then 2 tiles like that next to it, and then 1 on top of the receiver. It is in the office there, which I somehow missed. Yes, let's put these roof panels on. So it's going to go on there, and there. This is the basis of a set in the 6000 ideas book, a hairdressers or barbers, which I've made. There's a video of, so do you have a look at that? No, that's alright, that's fitting nicely there. What do we need to do now? Right, we've got 3 of these plates here, and these are just going to go. I find it easier to put the middle one on first, and you can kind of see how it balances out either side. So let's move back slightly, we can see a bit more. Yeah. Okay. I've got some bricks I need to put on here. I've got a sticker on this, but it's I'm going to put the bricks on first and then try and push that sticker back on, because it had a bit of a lump in it. And then it doesn't really like that either now, because that's better. Yeah, it's not quite having it, that, is it? Perhaps it's not very straight. Let's try and pull it up a bit more, like that. Right, that's better. Fire station. Right, happy with that. I want 2, 3. So what I'm going to do is turn that round. Maybe. Oh no, the instructions don't. They just leave it like that. So, as long as we can see. Okay. I will spin it around a bit though as we're doing it, I think. Right, lots of 1s now. Where's that going? Is that correct? Yes. 1 by 1. And then one of these shutter holders. It's going to be holding shutters this time. Another 1 by 1. Like that. 1 by 1 and a 1 by 1. So it looks like that. At the front. It's not completely flat down there, is it? I've actually got a knife here to hand. Don't ask why. It's right, it's not a stabbing knife, it's just a cutlery knife. A bit flatter, that's better. Yes. So more towers on this side. I have 1 by 1 bricks. Here's one. And then another one there. I'm not quite sure what the point of this tower is. It didn't go anywhere. But there you go. Got our poor quality original pivot there as well. Right, so we can put our shutters on now. Even though we've not actually put the garage doors on, for whatever reason it hasn't told us to. So we'll put the shutters on. I'm nearly done. I'm trying not to take too long on this. There we go. We've got some arches go there, and I've got a brick now with several bits on it because it's got the clock stuck on it. So that goes straight into there. Okay, because it's already held together. And then we'll put just look at the side a little bit there. Okay, and we now have a 3 either side there. Okay, there's nothing else going on up here. I haven't thought of putting a helicopter on there or anything. This here, this grill, it's going on the side there, so we can see it. And I'm assuming it can only be a 6 going across. It doesn't actually show us on the instruction what goes across there, but it has to be a 6 surely. Must be. Come on. I don't want to damage that pivot at the bottom, so I'm being very careful there. And I think there's another 6, amazingly. And then another 1 by 1 there. Spin there. It's better via that, isn't it? Okay. And then that's obviously going to go across there. And a 1 and a 1 there, that's it. This little bit goes on there. And then we have, I'm assuming it's supposed to be some sort of chimney. Don't know, a little whatever. But it's 2 separate bricks rather than a 2 by 2. So that goes there. We've got these numbered stickers that go to the garage. There's 1, and then 2 on there. But the doors, we'll just remember there's actually a difference in length there. So it's always the shorter ones that need to go at the bottom, and short's always up normally. And if they don't open very well. Also helps you don't lose the door inside the garage as well when you're trying to put them on. There you go. Again, some of these old ones can be very delicate. I've broken quite a lot of these door shutter holder bricks. I don't want to break any more. I've got a few spares, but that's not the point, is it? There's that one. Talk amongst yourselves whilst we do this. Come on. Okay, there's another one. Last one. And that's easy, right. That's the doors. That's that one. Okay, well, those are closed on the instructions, so we'll close them. What else we need? We need our flagging, which is just a standard Lego one, unlike the 592, which is an actual stars and stripes. Got our milky white antenna or aerial, which I'm going to put. It's closed up on these directions. So we get 1, 2, 3. Right there, 4. Is that right? No, 1 more. That's right there. So that's in there. we've got a no entry sign, because obviously we don't want people driving in, strangely. Like there? No, where's it on here? It's 4 and then 2 back, right there. There we go. Okay, we've got a tree, which is nice. Nice of a tree. Which is 2, 4, 6, and then 1 there. That's 5. 2, 4, 6, 1 there. We've got this ladder. Goes on the side. Climb up my ladder, 2 steps of time. Which, probably that way. There we go, come on. Click, there it is. That's just sort of hangs on there. It's not brilliant fastening really, is it? But it kind of hangs there nicely, just. That appears to be the size of it now. So there's our original instructions all folded up. Let's put these in. We'll have you standing there, mate, just doing very little. And then we'll have everybody else coming out of the doors. So we'll have you coming out of there. And then throw our pickaxe down there. He's coming out of there. And there we are, it's done. And what you can do as well, obviously, is flip that back open. So you can play in there as well. It's quite a nice touch. It's going back in the layout. In the layout, it is just like that because it takes up too much room otherwise. But yeah, I'm still a little annoyed about that. It does need something that should be like that, finished off properly. Otherwise, there it is. It's 374 Fire Station from 1978. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also look out for the video for 590. There's also a comparison video as well to have a look at the two together a little more closely should you wish to. And there we are. See you again soon. Bye.